Gentlemen.
Hello, and welcome back to Command & Conquer Generals 2. A nice number to kind of throw into the mix. So I am once again recording a Generals 2 video, but this time I am going to do so with my good friend Sybert.
Yes, I am here from youtube.com/CNCSybert. Some of you may know me, and of course if you're watching this on my channel, then you probably do indeed know me, as frame rates are all over the place, once again.
Yeah, he has a MacBook, so I'm kind of the elitist PC gamer here, and he's like, yeah, MacBooks are cool for recording, right? It's not, it's terrible. Anyway, so we are having
you know what? It works great on old CNC games.
Yeah, from like 2005. Anyway, so we are going to have a 1 versus 1 match on this map called, I think is it Interchange? What is it called?
No, this is Red Zone.
Red Zone.
Remember, Red Zone is the map that doesn't have the red tile set.
Yeah. So this is probably going to be the least serious and least competitive game of Generals 2 because we're in the chat, we know what's going on, and we're kind of focusing on making a quality video rather than defeating each other. So this is one of the maps that actually has been reworked. This is a very, very good map because look how open it is. Not only are the ramps really open, but also there's 2 of them into your base, and also then even the oils, the supplies, they're all really, really exposed. So as a result, it actually plays out like a pretty standard CNC map with a lot of easy and early harassment and that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's an interesting map for sure, and it has undergone some revision just in that over here where your oil derrick is, there used to be a natural, like a full-on natural expansion, but that is not how it is anymore. So yeah, that was a nice change. They kind of got rid of the natural expansion, which gives you quite a bit of money, with something that brings in some money, but is still pretty low income.
Yeah. For those of you who watched my last video, I definitely complained about the ramps kind of killing the pace of the game, like in StarCraft, and this is definitely what they're aiming for, is to have all maps like this to make it a lot more fluid game. So this is a very fun match to play, and basically, so as we can see, Sybert still hasn't built his command center, so I can see exactly what he's doing, and likewise, same for me, but I'm building my command center now, so that will run out pretty soon.
Yeah, and of course, command centers allow you to see through or don't allow your opponent to see through the fog of war. Otherwise, they have pretty much free vision.
So I'm going to harass this dozer here. Yeah, take that. Take that. Yeah.
That's not very nice.
Well, look, I'm in a pretty bad mood. I'm just angry. I'm just furious. Fast Aegis tanks is going to kind of poop all over my links here. But I can back away because my links are really quite fast and mobile.
And unfortunately, I wasn't able to fire through the building enough times to actually kill that lynx.
Yeah. We haven't actually introduced the matchup, have we? We have not.
No, but I'm getting like 6 frames a second, so they should be able to tell by now that it is indeed going to be Bulldog, which is me, versus Red Arrow, Mr. PwnageMachine.
Yep, so Red Arrow is the APA Rocket General. She gets like rocket troops and rocket tanks. Yes, you have to go the Rocket General to get rocket troops. So that is a big issue with the game right now, is that some factions are missing key components of their faction, such as rocket troops, and you know, those things that are very, very vital to the game. So I might even lose this factory. His Aegis tank is kind of doing a fair bit damage, but my crane is actually repairing it. Cranes do, of course, repair buildings, just like 0 Hour.
Which is quite annoying. I think you should probably just stop doing that.
Well, look, and now my Warmaster's moving in. Warmaster against Aegis. I'm not sure who's going to actually win this. I think Aegis tanks are stronger, but they do cost more. I'm also going to pump out a couple of rocket troops from my barracks to help that out.
You are actually incorrect. The 2 tanks cost the same, and actually, No, don't move! They actually do fairly evenly against each other.
Okay.
So moving out with just a single unit like that is not necessarily the best idea. Typically, it's better to get a small crowd. I mean, you may be able to poke in and do some damage, but ultimately this game is more about spam than individual unit micro, as many of you are probably aware.
Yeah, that's definitely one issue with the game, is because there isn't really a lot of micro potential, but there is a lot of harassment potential, which is kind of fun. So basically, what we're going to try to focus on now is just kind of harassing each other's oil derricks. Supplies are very hard to harass because they're quite... Oh, that's a lot of tanks! Ah, that's a lot of tanks! So if I can harass his oil, and likewise, if he can harass mine, then we can definitely have more income to spam more tanks. That is, of course, what this game typically comes down to.
But also, killing off production structures is quite nice if you can manage to do it. but
Yeah.
they do tend to have a fair bit of health, and so as a result, that can be quite difficult.
Yep, indeed. But I think there's actually a bug where all derricks don't show being completed. At the very bottom of the map, is your all derrick actually working and running?
Yeah, it has been for quite some time. Does that
For me,
not show up for you?
For me, it's just it's incomplete. It's like a 100% completion bar, but like it's not moving and it's not really mining.
Huh. That is quite bizarre indeed.
Yeah, what's kind of interesting about this game is like you want to expand, but like it can be quite risky because if you expand, they're expensive and you can get those harassed really easily. So you gotta like kind of moderate your expansions and not expand too fast too early. You're gonna kind of mix in your expansions with you know your military to kind of defend it and also to harass your opponent. Whereas Generals and Zero, I felt it was really simple in terms of expanding. It was kind of get 2 supplies at the beginning of every game, and that was kind of what you did for a long time. So he's moving in now with a couple of Aegis tanks, but I do have these garrisons, so I should be fine.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious because it kind of depends as to whether or not tanks are good versus infantry. Like, it seems to vary patch to patch whether they are or not. So I'm kind of curious as to see how well tanks are going to do versus infantry in this patch.
They're still pretty strong right now. They're definitely quite strong. So it was nice work there from Sybert. You actually like avoided my garrison. You went up and tried to kill the old derrick. So you're gonna lose in the end here, but avoiding the garrison is a nice move.
Yes, a very nice move.
Yeah, I think your issue now is basically you don't have any anti-infantry. All you have is tanks. And while they're still pretty good against infantry,
yeah,
you kind of need some either some riflemen or some APCs or whatever they're called to actually deal with those rocket troops.
Yeah, and actually the riflemen will probably help me deal with your tanks as well, just because in some cases, riflemen actually do a crazy amount of damage.
Really?
Yeah, I'm thinking back to like the Moby versus John game, for those of you who saw that,
Well, that was
on my channel. That was a different patch, but it was like, he had, I think, 2 Humvees and like 2 recon squads, which is like EU basic infantry, and he just like tore apart. And time to cancel that expansion, which fortunately, you know, there's tons of time to do that.
I see the Aegis tanks. So using my spy drones, I see his oil, and I also see his Aegis tanks. There's a lot of APA gets a lot of recon abilities, which is quite nice.
Yeah, and I was really annoying losing that additional dozer at that expansion, meaning I'll probably have to go ahead and rebuild an additional one. Overall, PwnageMachine. Yeah, dozers are quite cheap, and they're quite fast, which means that in... Oh my
The garrison's giving you the butt rapes. That
Garrisons are, like, really strong now.
Yeah,
Garrisons used to, like, not do anything.
Whoa, my game is giving me epilepsy. Okay, anyone who was watching my video...
freaking out?
Yeah, it was like, give me... Oh, my garrison died. I should have evac'd in time. There goes my rocket squads. But Sybert's in a bit of trouble here because he doesn't have any expansions and I have quite a fair bit. Map control is very important because I have a lot more income with not only more supplies but also more derricks on the map because I've harassed all of his down.
Yeah, this seems to be a patch where tanks are actually bad versus infantry, and I don't know if I like that. Because I liked it better when I could just spam tanks and win everything. Like, that seems like a lot more fun.
Well, they're still pretty strong. Like last game on the video I posted, like they're not exactly cost effective, but they still are definitely more than capable of dealing with tanks. Infantry rather.
I was gonna say, wait, what? So yeah, infantry are actually something that you do want to mix into your composition. Definitely a big mistake from me was going just straight for that tech lab. I was hoping with the faster Aegis, I would be able to do some damage, and certainly in other patches that would have worked, but it seems you actually have to mix things up. And I'm not sure, am I supposed to? Like, I can see your little spy cameras. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be able to, because I don't think I have anything that detects stealth. I don't
think they've actually introduced stealth. I'm pretty sure nothing in the game that is supposed to stealth is actually stealthed. Is that true? I don't think I've seen anything.
Yeah, I think that may actually be true. I don't know, can I, like, I guess I can't attack them, and focus fire seems to be, once again, removed from the game. They keep going back and forth whether or not you can, like, actually focus fire on stuff. Yeah.
Well, one thing as well that I want to mention is I keep spam, like every game I play is APA, I always spam cranes instead of harvesters. Because the icon, the tooltip is so similar. So I have like six cranes, or rather dozers, on my supply trying to harvest, and it's just not working. And I'm like, oh, it's because they're not trucks. They look so similar. And it's pretty embarrassing, but that's okay.
Yeah, and it looks like PwnageMachine going to be going in for maybe a little bit of damage, but really with just a single War Master at this point. It's not going to be doing a whole lot of damage just as a lone unit. But, oh, and the support power is going to be a little bit slow there, so I'm a little bit forced to engage just because I know something's going to hit back there.
Ooh. I got a rocket tank as well. Those are pretty cool. But yeah,
and if I could
rocket
actually
really strong.
move my forces
wow,
in, I might actually be able to do some damage.
Okay, I've been lazy. I haven't been building more structures, so I'm kind of floating. So I'm going to go build approximately 7 barracks. Because I'm pretty sure Rocket General doesn't actually get Overlords.
Probably not.
So he doesn't really have very good late game. Okay, so I'm just going to go spam a bit more. Yeah, well, one thing about this game is you get... Oh, that's shit. Oh, wow. Where'd you get that army from? You have no bases.
You have to remember that since I'm so bad at macro, like I'm constantly floating 15k pretty much. So it's like as soon as I lose all my economy, I'm just like, well, that's not a problem.
Evac, get out of the building. You gotta try and evac before it dies. So my War Masters are killing your rifle infantry. Like, a bit too much better than what they should be able to.
No, don't worry, that's perfectly balanced.
Okay, I got some.
And I'm gonna try to use the support power, which probably won't do anything, but we'll see. Maybe it'll allow me to overwhelm his forces.
I think it gives you a little bit more health or something. So I have some Red Guard. Red Guard have machine guns. They're pretty powerful against infantry. Yeah.
Yeah, so my entire army got decimated there. PwnageMachine just sort of dominating this entire match. So really, I have no choice but to sort of play defensive, which is fine because, you know, this game, you know, it's not about who has the bigger economy or anything. It's all about the micros. So PwnageMachine just from...
the viewers with your sarcasm.
Yeah, there's gonna be one person out there who's like, oh good, there's like a ton of micro.
I think there's bunkers there. He's got bunkers. Yeah, I don't like that. There should be bunkers there, like, for free. I can probably just kill them, though, with the War Master tanks.
That depends on if I can kill your stuff first. Nope, just kidding.
Carpet bomb! I can't see it. I want to see it. There we go. Yeah! How you doing?
All of my infantry died before the bombs actually impacted.
Yeah. Did you see how the carpet bomb came from the like horizontal, but the bombs actually landed vertical? Like it was the wrong orientation for the carpet bomb.
Was it? I don't know. It looked all right on my screen.
The plane flew sideways, but the bombs came like up and down. It didn't make any sense at all.
I don't know. Maybe I just missed it.
Yeah. Alright, well, do you want to GG? Because this is boring.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean, I'm just kind of spamming and kind of sending my troops one at a time. It's still, I mean, the ramps are still, even on a map like this, they're still a bit too campy. Because I'm just kind of, like, once I get a little bit more income, I have, like, a lot of spam. Yeah.
Oh, wow, you've even taken these expansions over here.
Yeah, I've pretty much got everything. I'm going to build a flame turret just to kind of piss you off. Here you go. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, good. Although you really should have... Can you see that, by the way?
What?
I just typed GG.
No, I think you have to go /A for all chat. So I'm pretty sure you have to go like.
Oh, are you kidding me?
/A. Hello. Do you see my chat there?
I did. Okay,
yeah,
there we go.
You have to go /A.
Well, that's... Oh. Focus firing fail. Well, as it turns out, bad macro and fast teching to tanks isn't a good strategy.
No, I think your issue was you just kind of threw away too many tanks. Like you didn't really harass any oils, or I harassed a couple of yours, so I had more income because my harassment was a lot more successful than yours. So then I kind of snowballed with more economy and more production. So I think if your Aegis tanks kind of actually did something, no offense, then you like. Because I don't think you killed anything really. You kind of you went for the War Factory when you could have killed the dozer that was repairing it, and then you could have killed the oil. War Factories have a lot of health.
I didn't feel good about like going for the dozer right after you said, "But my dozer is repairing it." I was like, well, I probably shouldn't use that information.
Well, I mean, you could see it there, like behind it repairing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that again. And this time...
I can't
be
get
new.
good frame rates.
Really?
Yeah, the game is just all over the place.
Is that because you're recording?
I don't know.
Does it run better when you're not recording?
We shall see.
We'll see.
Actually, I think
I
I think it might be playing online. Let's set up another...
Yeah. For the record, Sybert has a pretty bad laptop and it's alpha, which I never really optimized very well. Which is, not a big deal, because it's an alpha.
Yeah, but it's just,
So-
it's so bad.
What? The frame rates.
Yeah,
Well, I
that just
it
wasn't a
runs
very
fine
good game.
It runs fine on my spare computer, which is like fairly old hardware.
Alright, let's go ahead and play another one. I'm not going to record this one.